Welcome to the Marriage and Motherhood Podcast. I'm your host, Michelle Perda. As a marriage coach who's married with 3 kids, I know how much parenthood could change a marriage. If flirting, laughing, and having fun together feels like a thing of the past, then I'm here to teach you that marriage doesn't have to feel so hard with your parents, and your marriage can thrive even when you're in the season of raising kids. Whether you're in a good place in your marriage and you just want to continue growing together, or you're wondering if you even like your spouse anymore, this podcast has something for you. Join me here each week as we dive into what it takes to help your marriage grow and maybe even do a 180. You'll learn ways to handle conflict better, bring that spark back into your relationship, as well as learn how to improve other areas of your life from my lovely guest experts. Are you ready for the next stage of your life in marriage? Let's dive in. Hello. Welcome back to another episode of the Marriage and Motherhood Podcast. For those of you who are in the States, or maybe you're American and you live somewhere else now, I just wanted to express my deepest gratitude. I wanted to wish you a happy Thanksgiving. While the history of this day is not the greatest, I do appreciate this day for how it brings families together and how it is such a great way to slow down and remember what life is about, and that is our relationships. And that includes my relationship with you, whether we have met or spoken or we haven't. I wanted to just share my gratitude for you for being a listener of the show, supporting the show, being courageous to be willing to grow and learn and do the reflective work to improve your life. This work that I share is not easy for me, for anyone. And so I want you to just feel good about even popping in to listen to some bold truths, some things that might have you facing parts of you that maybe you're not comfortable facing. And I want to honor that in you because that is tough work. And in that work is where the transformation happens, right? That's where you're going to start seeing the change in yourself and in your family life. And so I just wanted to say thank you for doing that because it can be a lot. And I'm hoping that you're starting to see it pay off in your life. I also want to thank the guests that have been on my show. It has been so fun getting to know you, getting to learn from you. And I'm so glad that we crossed paths. And on that same vein, I wanted to do a quick little episode about the importance of gratitude in your marriage. So let's first define what gratitude is. Gratitude is not only saying something positive if everything is going well. Gratitude is simply choosing to notice and appreciate what is working, what you're grateful for. That does not dismiss what needs to be worked on. It does not mean that everything is perfect, right? Gratitude is not toxic positivity where you just pretend nothing exists, and if you just say positive things and everything's okay. Both can exist at the same time, and our marriages need gratitude. So if you have been reluctant to express any sense of gratitude in your marriage because there are a lot of things that you see needing change in order for you to feel grateful, I want to offer you a reframe. What if gratitude was your ability to be present and to appreciate what is going well and move through your relationship with intention, okay? This is especially going to be important during this holiday season as things get busier, as the mental load grows and the pressure builds. I want you to keep that in mind, okay? Here's why gratitude matters. When there is gratitude present in a relationship, not only does it deepen connection, it lowers defensiveness. It softens the delivery of anything that you need to share during high stress moments, like the holidays, okay? It also increases perceived support and teamwork. Imagine if you feel like your efforts are recognized, and then conflict happens, you're going to be a lot more compassionate, empathetic, patient, understanding, and wanting to work as a team. Versus if there was no sense of gratitude being given out, where you felt like everything that you did just was expected and no one was appreciative of all the things that you put into making sure the family's good, right? Gratitude also helps build momentum. When we know what is appreciated, we are more willing to repeat those things. And that goes both ways, right? When we express gratitude to our partner, we're essentially sharing feedback that, hey, I love when you do this. This is what I get out of it. This is the positive impact that it has. It's telling them that this is something that works. This is effort worthwhile. So keep doing it because it's going to keep having the positive impact that they really want, right? No one does anything just to do it. We're always hoping for something to come out of it. And so when we can give that feedback to our partner, that isn't just criticism, that isn't just, oh, you're doing it wrong, or you should do it this way, or why didn't you do something, or why did you do it that way? And we can also incorporate things that they're doing well. It definitely builds that momentum of things improving. It expands our view of how we look at our relationship and how we experience it, right? We always need positive things in our relationship to keep us going. And gratitude is a form of feedback that I think a lot of couples are forgetting to do because we get so used to certain people doing certain things, and then it becomes an expected thing. But if we each didn't play our role, then the work would all fall on us, or things would break down in our system of how our family works. And so it's important to still express gratitude. Like in my family, my kids and my husband thank me for cooking dinner every day. I thank them for setting the table. I thank them for cleaning up and for putting food away while I do the dishes. And so any chance that I get to and any chance that I remember, I will express my gratitude because I want them to know that what they're doing is appreciated. It's seen, it's recognized. Their effort isn't being spent for nothing, right? It's making a difference in family life. And couples who practice gratitude regularly repair from conflict sooner and they reconnect faster. So here are some practices that I want you to consider that are super fast, like each partner naming one thing they're grateful for about the other person this week. So for example, I appreciate how you, I can give you actually a really recent example. We've been getting some furniture lately as we continue to settle into our house that we've been in for over a year now. And the delivery people placed the boxes in our garage in a way that it was really difficult for me to back out. It wasn't quite blocking my car, but like it was inches away from my car. And so because I have to back out from an angle, since we have like a 2 garage setup, right? So the garage that my car goes into is sideways. It's perpendicular to our driveway. I texted my husband. I was like, man, that was tough to get out of the garage. And when I came home, I drove up the driveway and lo and behold, the boxes were moved. Things were unboxed. And I was so grateful because it made parking so much easier. And so something as simple as that could have easily gone like unexpressed, right? But for me, because I want him to continue doing these things, to continue being thoughtful, to continue supporting me, I went out of my way to tell him how much I appreciated that and how it made me feel. Another thing you can do is having a personal gratitude practice, right? So this can look like sometime when you're alone, whether you're like waiting in the car to go inside or you're in the bathroom, wherever you are, pause, take a deep breath, placing a hand on your chest and silently naming 3 things that are going right now. It could be about yourself. It could be about life. It could be about your marriage. It could be about your kids. It could be about your job, whatever is relevant to you. And then go back into normal life. And you'll notice that you're going to approach life in a much more present, slower, kinder, more compassionate, more understanding way. This is almost like a little mini meditation that you can do that's super quick and also reminds you of all the good things that are going on in your life. Even if you have to start with something really, really small, it makes a huge difference because it's really easy to focus on the things that aren't going right, the things that we're missing, the things that we want changed, that we're unhappy about. And when we take the moment to balance our mental well-being and emotional well-being with remembering what is going well, right? Because there's so much more that could go wrong that isn't. So taking that time to have that gratitude practice just for yourself is also really healthy as well. Another thing that you can do right before bed is exchanging a sentence with your partner, like, today I loved when you fill in the blank. Or you could choose to do this in a journal and then take a look at the end of the season or at the end of the week or month or year, whatever you want to do, and look at all the things that have gone right in your life, all the things that you are grateful for. And it will shift your mood a lot because, like I said, it's really easy to just default to thinking about what we need to change and what we want to be different in our lives. And you can also apply this practice of gratitude in real time as well, right? So, for example, instead of saying you never helped me with, you can say, thank you for handling the kids' outfits. Thank you for taking the trash out so I can finish doing this, right? So the more people understand the impact that their actions have on us, especially positive, the more likely they will continue to look for more ways to fulfill that, right? Because I think as partners, we understand the joy that we feel when we know we're making a difference in our partners' lives. Well, our husbands are no different. They also experience joy and fulfillment and satisfaction when they know that they're being a good partner, that what they're doing is working. And when we too often speak in criticisms, it can send off this message that they're failing as a partner. Now, does this mean that just because you're expressing gratitude, that means that there's nothing that needs to be changed? No, like I said earlier, right? But it is important to still let them know what is going well, because what you don't want them to do is scrap everything that they're doing when they're being criticized because they think that nothing they do is right, when that is more likely than not untrue, right? Like, chances are there are things that they're doing that you want them to continue doing. So make sure that they're aware of that, right? You can also do this with your kids. Thanks so much for stepping in to help your dad build a cat tree. Like, the kids did that last night. And so I made sure that I made an effort to express my gratitude. Like, thanks so much for helping dad build the cat tree that helped us all get to eat dinner together sooner, right? Then they feel like, oh yeah, that does feel good that I made a difference. And, it could help them feel a sense of teamwork and camaraderie and purpose in the family. Okay. So keep those in mind. And if you're in a space where gratitude feels hard and appreciation and coming up with something is like feeling forced, I want you to just slow down, right? Look at where you have unmet needs or resentment. Where are you carrying that? What is that about, right? And have the conversation or set the boundary to help you move through that. Now, of course, if you are finding yourself having trouble doing that, then it's time for you to reach out to me, right? Book a clarity call. Let's talk. That's what I specialize in. Let's help you to work through that so that you can get to the place where gratitude isn't something that you feel resistance towards and feels like a challenge, but feels like, yeah, I would love to express gratitude. I love being around you. Communication is easy, and I love to connect with you, and you can find your way back to each other again. Okay. A little practice that you can do is just naming one neutral observation that you can appreciate, even if it's like super small, like, oh, okay, they drove my kids to school. I'm so grateful that he drove them to school. I'm so grateful that he works and supports our family financially, right? Even if there are so many other things you want him to do, there are little things that you can find appreciation for. And as you work through your conversations with each other, working through resentment, whether that's on your own or taking the next step and working with me as your marriage coach, you will get to the point where you can have more things that feel like, yes, this is what I want to be able to appreciate them for. There are more things I can choose from because we're both showing up as true partners in this relationship. Now, my task for you in this season of gratitude, try this out, right? Try one of these, all of these, whatever you feel comfortable with. Now, if you are wanting support with how to have the conversations with your spouse and feel confident and calm in doing so, I have a conflict to connection guide. It's a guide that will help you process things, your thoughts, your feelings, to help you feel ready to have the conversation. And then I also have the clarity call, right? If you are needing more support than just a guide to help clear your thoughts and help structure the conversation that you're going to have, then book that call. Let's talk. I'd love to get to know you and how I can support your marriage. And that's all I have for you today. Okay. I wanted to make this quick and easy because I want you to get back to your family and enjoy your time together. Enjoy the slowness, enjoy the togetherness, the connection. And yeah, I'm wishing you a happy Thanksgiving. And if you know someone that could benefit from listening to this episode, please share it with them. Better yet, share this episode in your stories, tag me so I can give you a shout out. And if you love this show, I would so appreciate it if you could leave a rating and review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. That's what helps this show grow and helps more people like you find the show and get the support that they need. And that's all I have for you today. I wish you the best of times with your family, and I will catch you back here on the next episode. Bye. That's it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making it. If you did, please send me a message over on Instagram at Michelle Perta Coaching to let me know what you loved most about it. Hearing from my listeners is my absolute favorite. And if you've been loving this podcast, please leave a rating and review. This will help people like you find the show and get the help they need. Catch you here on the next episode. Bye.